What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday night on the Porch Talk Night Show. Shout out to those watching me on YouTube, the Porch Talk YouTube channel. Shout out to you watching me on Facebook, the Racqi Road Productions Facebook page. And shout out to those watching me on the replay. Please, 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 please get the likes up and share because, like I always say, y'all, they're not invoicing for likes. Last time I checked, they're free. And if you're not liking my videos, you could be a hater or a weirdo because who watches somebody they don't like? So we're gonna get into it. Candace Owens obviously has checked this young lady on the whatever podcast. I guess her whole thing is she's some kind of sex therapist and she saves marriages by sleeping with married men. Steve Harvey addressed his situation with Marjorie and then Shirley Strawberry. Her phone call with her ex-husband from jail got leaked, and she was talking a little bit about Marjorie. So that's a hot mess. We're going to talk about that. We got a man that's sexually assaulting a woman. He kidnapped her, sexually assaulted her, and some other things. And you got another police officer that was caught with some inappropriate child footage. So we're going to get into all of that. We are it's a crazy world out here, and we're going to talk about it because people really have issues. All right. So let's see. We are going to share this video. Let's watch it and see what it's about. Mind you, this is my first time seeing it. I haven't watched it, so I'm reacting with y'all. Let's go.
It's meaningful to me.
Wait, just one point of clarification. So you're a sex therapist?
As
Yeah.
sex workers, we're basically sex
I mean,
therapists.
I don't have a counseling degree. I have a master's degree in
Actually,
education.
we have
I'm
an
a teacher.
article. You recently kind of went viral. Nick, can you pull up the article? Like New York Post. New York Post. I'm a sex therapist.
Yes.
I sleep with clients to save marriages.
Oh my gosh! I didn't
They
realize
went
you were this
crazy.
person. I did
They went
see.
crazy.
Did you reacted to this, or you saw
almost
it?
did, but I'm here.
You're here now. So,
Perfect.
Nick, can you pull up the article really quick?
Yeah.
One more. Sex therapist Olivia Bentley. Wait. Nick takes a hands-on approach with her clients by sleeping with them. I've saved marriages. The Boise, Idaho native told Kennedy News, calling her work life-changing. I get physically involved with the majority of the people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. The veteran sex worker who spent 15 years in the industry claims that women have asked her to demonstrate sex acts on their husbands, while some wives grant their eager hubbies a hall pass to pay Bentley a visit. Good times.
Yeah.
Is that pretty accurate? I mean, so you save marriages by having sex with the husband?
Well, I think the tabloids went a little crazy.
Oh, they
with the whole, but
New York Post is known to
yeah.
Okay.
They really, went wild with it. But I do help a lot of couples that come in. One right now is asking me to lend a hand, and he's more of a beta, and she'd like him to be more of an alpha, and she wants me to work with him on
Lend a hand,
being
literally.
more just outwardly in control and aggressive in the bedroom, things like that. There's a lot of different psychological needs and reasons why people would want to come and work with professional sex worker.
Sure. Candace, it seemed like maybe you had something.
I think
on
it's the
this.
most outrageous thing I've ever heard.
Not this ghetto ass countdown. Sorry, y'all.
It's so in the realm of like dragons and mythological creatures that it's hard to respond to the idea that she's saving marriages. It's just
you're in disbelief.
I'm actually in utter disbelief that she is saving marriages.
Here's another example.
Sure.
Okay.
So and there's multiple clients that do this where the wife will not have sex anymore. She went and said, look, I, during when they were courting each other, she was down for sex. She was a sexual person. She was all about it. Then let's fast forward. They're married. We're married now. Contract solidified. I don't want to have sex anymore. Ew, oral sex is gross. Oh, that's demeaning if you're asking me to do that.
So you're not saving marriages. You're helping people to keep up a farce that they are in a marriage. Because at the very moment that you let someone else into your marriage, it's no longer a marriage.
No.
Hey, I hear what Candace is saying, and I agree with her to a degree. But if these motherfuckers want to pay for somebody to come in their bed and say they so-called say they marriages or whatever this foolishness is, then whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, because people gonna do what they gonna do. You know how I always feel about the stuff. People gonna do what they gonna do. Straight up. And this woman has a place, but let's continue to listen.
Yeah,
And
these
these women,
so to
women
say,
have turned around and said, "I will allow you to see a professional."
so they are not in a marriage. That's the
Well,
point.
they're
As
married,
soon as
Or
you lend
some of
your
their
spouse
wives are
out,
like dying from cancer and this, that, and the other. And
If I'm dying from
Is even-
cancer and
and
my
somebody
husband
sleeps
goes
with
to
somebody
sleep with somebody, I
else,
swear to God.
and
Their
their
wives
husbands,
that
their
are
wives are the
one at a
ones that
time. Hold
come.
on.
Wait a minute. Y'all talking all over each other. Shut the fuck up. One at a time.
On just one at a time, please. Go. Candace, were you?
I just would like to make the point that at the very moment that you loan your spouse out, especially if you're dying of cancer, so that they can get off, you're no longer in a marriage. So it's just a farce. It's like when it's a comical, you're pretending for people that you're in a marriage, that you're in a loving relationship. That's not what a marriage is. So to say that I help marriages, no, you help destroy marriages, and they can go out and say that we're still married because what we've done is we've essentially said, you take care of this aspect of the marriage. It's like saying you raise the kids, you have sex with him. This isn't a marriage. It's the whole thing is fake,
What do
right?
you
Go
think
ahead.
that they should
I'll bring you
do?
in next.
What do you think that
They
these
should work on their
circumstances-
marriage together. The union between a husband and a wife should work on their marriage together to fix it. You don't bring out an outside person to sleep with your
But
husband
if
or your
she's
wife.
saying, "I'm not down for sex,"
Then she
I
might be
want
down for a
you I want to
divorce.
outsource the sex.
What if
I
she's going to
want
die
you to
from
go to this
cancer and
professional.
she
One
wanted him and she allowed him to do that because he needed to get off some way or shape?
So I just want to say this. If the wife is allowing it, okay, no matter how crazy we think it is, this whole community, it takes a community, it takes a village to a whole nother level and shit. No matter how ridiculous and how crazy it sounds, at the end of the day, if the husband and the wife are in agreement, sure, we can have our opinions, right? Sure, we can think it's outrageous, but that is them. That's their life, their pockets. Hell, let them do it. You know what I mean? But I get what Candace is saying. I'm in no way discounting what Candace is saying. Candace is very level-headed, conservative. Yes, a lot of people don't agree with everything they say. I think because you really don't listen to her and you get in your emotions. But I always say big ups to Candace, being a Black woman, being so articulate, being so intelligent, on top of her stuff. She knows where she's coming from. She knows what to do. So that I commend her on that. But hell, if these people want to do all this strange stuff, I say let them.
While she was dying of cancer, one of the last things on her mind was,
This is a real life. This is a
Well,
real
he
life.
shouldn't want
This is a
to.
real life. This was a real. I'm asking you.
And is that what he told you?
This,
that
So
his wife that's dying of cancer wanted him to come have sex with you?
not with me. This is from what I've heard. Yes.
Somebody told you
Right.
that there's that as a dying wish. My
Yes.
dying
So
wife
how would
said,
you
"Please
want
go
that?"
have sex with a prostitute?"
I saw it
at
on
a brothel."
TikTok.
I'm just going to call bullshit on that altogether. I
No,
just don't
because
think
it does
when you're
happen.
dying of
It
cancer,
happens.
going through leukemia.
People will literally bring their guys here.
Please
Okay.
bring them on the
Okay.
podcast.
I just want to
Essie,
say
go ahead.
that
It's
okay,
absurd
it's
scenario I've ever heard in my life.
there's
a lot of crazy shit has
there's
been asked
marriage
for in
counseling
brothels.
where they can take you
Many
through sex
things.
therapy where you don't have to sleep with somebody else.
Yep.
If it's about a woman not wanting to have sex anymore, what's the underlying reason? Are her hormones messed up so she's not wanting to be sexually active? Is
Oh, I
there
have
not
good
enough
one next.
foreplay when they're having sex? Like there's other avenues you can take for
Yeah, there's,
sex
like,
therapy.
normal couples counselors.
Yes.
Real couples
Just, like,
counseling,
regular.
where you try to solve the problem and you
Yeah.
release it, and you don't just source it out to a prostitute.
Go ahead.
The cancer thing is crazy.
It's just the most absurd.
The cancer thing is
He lied.
crazy.
He lied.
But
Yeah, I would say he
outside
probably
of that,
lied.
I don't think that it's up to any of us what constitutes a marriage because every relationship is different.
Well,
So
the
if
Bible.
if a husband, okay, but
These words
if you're
have
not,
meaning.
Not,
Not
everyone is
everybody is-
religious.
not
Well,
everybody
wait, hold on. Is
like
that a
they-
Now I got to jump in on that. Now we can't be bringing up the Bible because, like she said, everybody is not religious. And at the end of the day, in my opinion, I know people gonna get upset. The infinite source of intelligence. We call God did not write a Bible. So the fact that we keep throwing that on people, to me, is ludicrous. I get it. That is always a conservative talking point. The Bible, the Bible, the Bible. But these motherfuckers couldn't quote a scripture if their life depended on it. I know you couldn't quote 10 of them up out of there. So we got to stop talking about the Bible. Y'all don't even read it. If you read it, if you had comprehension, you probably see things way differently.
Cross necklace?
Does it constitute like what do you?
Wait,
Yeah.
okay, really quick.
Not everybody's
Since
religious.
we're talking about religion, really quick. Okay, you have a cross necklace, but then your shirt says "Made in Hell."
Yes, it
Can you-
does.
I'm a little confused. Can you?
I mean,
I'm a little confused.
the stone is red, so it matched.
Why are you wearing a cross
Are you
on your neck?
color coordinating with your necklace?
Because I don't see a cross as religious. So
Okay.
I
Just
thought
like you
necklace
don't
was
see a
cute.
marriage as religious.
I don't think that a marriage-
have meaning. This is why it's like we're at a stage where people are like, what is a woman? Because they just go, well, we're going to call it a marriage, but we're going to sleep with other people. We're going to bring in prostitutes. We're going to outsource raising the kids, or we're never going to have kids. You're calling it a family. It's not a family. And this is what it is. The words have no meaning, right? I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay. Well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
you think that.
That's what you think.
Wait,
It's
That's
been
what you
proven.
think.
So
It's
why
been
are you wearing the
proven.
cross?
And sex
Because I think it's
worker
cute.
is
You
a
just think
more
that the design is cute.
Yeah.
better
wait,
term.
really
I
quick.
grew up
Hold on.
Catholic. I was religious, and I'm not
Prostitution,
anymore. I
being
don't have to
called-
believe in what you believe, and I can say that if
I didn't say
somebody's-
you had to leave. I asked you a question.
But
I
you're
said, why are
telling
you
me-
wearing the cross?
Okay, and you're saying that the religious aspect of marriage is the only thing that matters. It's not, because people don't follow what you believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm
and I
glad
do.
we got an answer. She's wearing the
Okay.
cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
As
Well,
like
because-
if it was cute, would you wear
Well,
it?
okay, well,
I
I
just
don't know
mean like
where we're going.
I'm
where this is
asking that
going.
because I wonder.
Well,
like
I
my
have-
guess is that you would think that maybe you wouldn't wear a Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making the
Jewish.
argument? Maybe. I mean,
No, I'm just.
the
It's a
secular.
very, it's a very
here,
good question.
I'm just saying.
devil's advocate here. Secular argument. Someone might just say that the cross is just maybe it's more aesthetically pleasing even for an atheist. I don't know.
Sure, but
I don't know.
liberals
Okay,
are all about
look.
like having
Would you wear like
respect
a
and
yarmulke 'cause
tolerance.
it's
So
like
I'm
cute?
just like wondering if you
I'm
think
asking
it's.
would you wear a yarmulke? That's
Yeah,
I think those are very
Oh,
different
are you talking
things.
like
Why is the
blasphemy?
I'm
cross
saying-
different from the
I'm-
yarmulke?
I'm just.
I mean, I was
asking-
raised Catholic, and that's just
Would
not
you
something
wear
that
a
I believe
yarmulke
anymore.
if you thought it was cute?
No, I wouldn't wear. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than
No,
a cross
it's-
that's been
it's not.
adapted
It's
into
not.
different. You can
Symbols
buy a
of,
cross
like, a re-
necklace anywhere.
There's symbols of a
Okay,
religious.
the argument of why it's different basically would come down to like how Catholicism has been practiced versus Judaism, in the sense that like Catholics did use the cross symbol, tried to emplace it like in indigenous populations, tried to spread it as much as possible. And that's why in modern day a lot of people think that's like more okay, because it was meant to be popularized. It was meant to be a symbol that the masses should look up to and should see in general, versus Jewish symbols,
Okay.
I would argue, didn't go through that.
I think we're kind of derailing a little.
What if
Okay, so that got crazy. That became like a shit show. No, hey Ramon, a cross is not the same as a yarmulke, and it isn't. It really isn't, because it's like if you put a yarmulke on your head and you walking around with it, you're gonna offend a lot of people. You're not gonna offend people with a cross. People are just gonna look at it and be like, okay, that's commonplace. But these Jewish people take their yarmulkes seriously, okay? So we can't be playing around with that type of stuff. At any rate, let's get to the next video, y'all, because this stuff, we got a lot to cover tonight, okay? We got a lot to cover. Let's see. What's the other one? Right here. All right. Oh, I guess this one. Okay, here we go.
All right, new at 5, a former Roseville police officer facing some serious charges tonight.
23-year-old Isaiah Rumbley faces multiple child porn charges. Let's get out to Victor Williams. He's working on this story for us this evening. Now, Victor, we know he is a former officer. So the question is, did these alleged crimes happen while he was a member of the force?
Well, actually, that seems to be the case. This one comes as a shocker for sure, but it does look like investigators have been looking into it for quite some time. We know that this man by the name of 23-year-old Isaiah Joseph Rumbley has now been arraigned on multiple charges in connection to child pornography and child exploitation crimes. Now, Rumbley, just like you said, was a former officer with the Roseville Police Department who resigned back in June 2023, apparently because of these allegations. Now, prior to him leaving the department, a special investigation was launched in December of 2022 with state troopers looking into the possibility of Rumbley allegedly committing these crimes. And in February of 2023, that's when a search warrant was executed at his home, leading to evidence that would evolve into charges down the line. As of right now, it's said that someone close to the victim went to Michigan State Police and then caused all of this. For the most part, Rumbley is now facing charges of using a computer to commit a crime and being in possession of child sexually abusive material. He was given a cash bond in the amount of $5,000, but we are hearing there is a chance that more charges could be on the way. Victor Williams, Local 4.
That is absolutely. So here it is. It's a police officer. Here it is. It's a police officer supposed to be protecting and serving, and he's out being weird with child pornography. An ex-police officer. But you know, that probably was going on while he was protecting and serving. You know, it's really unfortunate to know. I mean, people have all type of interests in the world, and it is scary. You know, it is scary that there are freaks of the weeks in positions that are supposed to keep us safe, and yet they are still predators, you know. But that's life. That's what it comes with, and this is why we have to be alert and just know what's going on so we can do things accordingly. We can act accordingly, because stuff is really crazy out here. It really is. So Steve Harvey, you know, for a while it's been going on. What, about a week now? Marjorie was allegedly cheating on Steve with his bodyguard and somebody else, or something to that effect. And so now,
and she's a kind and loving person.
Shit. I add the shit to the screen to just start playing, but I'm sorry. And now, so I guess he's sick of it, right? And he had to address the rumors. And Shirley Strawberry, the lady that's on his morning show with him, she somehow, you know, somebody was shady on that jailhouse. Now, when they on the phone, it says that this line is being recorded. Now, me being the person that I am, if I was Shirley Strawberry, I wouldn't be talking about nothing when it comes to my co-host on that phone, because I know that people are extra thirsty. And I know it's a recorded line. It's very amazing to me how people be dropping a dime on themselves and all type of stuff on these recorded lines. It's not like it's a secret. They tell you that before you get your ass on the phone. So I don't understand that. I don't think what Shirley said was that horrific. But, you know, it was a bit much. I've got some intel on that with the Jasmine brand. I'll read a little bit of that, but I'm going to play Steve's response to all that's been going on.
She's the best thing ever happened to me. She's God-fearing. She's loyal. She's faithful. And she's a kind and loving person. I don't care what nobody says. And y'all quit talking about she was in my other marriage and ruined it. She didn't. She was nowhere around that. My marriage, I got divorced in 2005. My marriage was over when the Kings of Comedy was out. Y'all ain't know that though, did you? It was over then. It wasn't worth a quarter then. It took us this long to get to the divorce. That's when the official paperwork came out. But in 2005, let me hip you to something. I had nothing. I lost the radio show we were on in LA on March 23rd, and I lost the only TV show I had May 23rd, I lost the radio show, and May 10th, I lost the TV show. Steve Harvey had no money. Got with Marjorie again, New Year's Eve, met her, talked to her. She was with her kids in Hawaii. We got together in 2006. We had nothing. She didn't marry into no lap of riches. I had nothing. When I asked her to marry me at the end of 2006, And then she said she wanted to get married in 2007. I told her too soon. I got to get some stuff together. She said, what? I said, baby, I ain't really got nothing. I'm trying to build. She said, I'm going to get in there and build with you. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We had four stations in 2005. 4. We built this. All of us built this. We had 4 stations. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something. In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns. I ain't gonna mention no names. And we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. But then guess what? She stayed with me in that. Then guess what? In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl, because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there got these blogs like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up, and we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her.
So he spoke on that. Okay, he cleared that up. What's going on, Royce? What's going on, DeWine? He said, speak on it, Steve. He said, she wasn't thinking like me. Speak on it, Steve. Y'all are funny. So here's the thing. This is how I feel about that. You know what? I don't know Marjorie personally. I don't know Steve Harvey personally. So honestly, I don't contribute. Y'all know I'm always going to say this shit. They don't contribute to my bills. I don't contribute to theirs, honey. I couldn't even afford it if I wanted to. But I will in the future. Won't he do it? The thing about it is this. I'm not going, it's a lot of rumors about her character and her integrity, but at the end of the day, he's telling you she was there when he was down. Now me, I'm gonna say this. She knew it was potential. She knew he had earning potential, and the type of woman that she is, she knew, like she said, I'm gonna get in there with you, right? Because she knew when she got in there with him, they was going to make some magic happen, right? So sometimes a woman can see your potential and she'll work with you because she knows it's going to be to the benefit of both of y'all. Does that make her a bad woman? No. But at the end of the day, I think it is very ridiculous that we speak on people's relationships in the manner that we do. It's almost like we don't want people to be happy. We want people to have some kind of scandal and some type of fucked up shit going on. We really don't want people to be happy because we send them negative energy with our words, and it's really messed up. However, let's get into this whole call with Shirley. Let's see. Let me find it. Shirley Strawberry. All right. So let me see what y'all. Okay, y'all can see it. Okay, good. So Shirley Strawberry, courtesy of the Jasmine brand. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. Shirley Strawberry issues apology to morning show co-host Steve Harvey after claiming he's scared of his wife Marjorie and leaked calls with estranged husband. Comedian responds, as we just watched the response. Things haven't been so bright on the Steve Harvey Morning Show lately. If you haven't heard, outed conversations between the iconic radio program's co-host Shirley Strawberry and her soon-to-be ex-husband sent the internet into complete shambles. At the time, Shirley Strawberry was chatting with her incarcerated ex over what appeared to be a private jail phone call. Again, they record that shit. It's people out here want a bag. Stop talking crazy over these recorded lines. Anywho, although it was understood that the call would be recorded, the audio wasn't supposed to go past the walls of the facility. However, amid the exposed chats, which initially took place late last year, Shirley Strawberry can be heard bragging about Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie's lavish lifestyle before claiming that her boss isn't such a boss when it comes to his lovely lady. Now, of course he's going to be gentle with his wife. That's his wife. You know what I'm saying? What type of shit did you in this con this con you got locked up was going through? I'm just saying allegedly or whatever. No offense. You know, we just talking shit. Speaking of Steve Harvey's significant other, Marjorie Strawberry seemingly praised her lifestyle and said, Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room. She could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream. That is a dream, child. However, elsewhere in the comical exchange, Strawberry suggested that an awkward energy arises when Marjorie is around. She expressed, Steve was happy to see us. He always invites us over there. And we don't never go because I don't know. If she's there, you know. Strawberry concluded, she looks at us as the help. You know, it is what it is. Strawberry recently issued an apology directly to Steve during an episode of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. She stated, right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already having going on in your lives right now. So we're going to assume, I think it's safe to assume, the rumor mill about her cheating on him and the divorce and all of that stuff. So a regretful Strawberry then spoke on the remorse she has for heightening the hoopla surrounding the family feud runner and Marjorie, hinting at the infidelity rumors that recently made national headlines. If you remember, claims that Marjorie had been stepping out on Steve's surface last month, seemingly touching on how he leaked. The leak call only added to the rumors. Strawberry explained, what could I say to you after this? You know what happened. I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I thought of everything. You know, I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything. And, oh, I was going to say you could read the rest, honey, but then this caught my eye. Strawberry's estranged husband is reportedly jailed for gun possession, theft, fraud, and even child pornography. Throughout her heartfelt words to Steve, Strawberry noted that Steve Harvey Show had been her peace in the midst of the storm, indicating that her intentions were pure regardless of how it may have looked. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me say this. And y'all can read the rest of this shit on the Jasmine Brand's show, but I just want to say this on their page. Honey, if my husband is in jail for gun possession, theft, fraud, and even child pornography, what I'm not about to do is sit up and kiki with him about some other shit that somebody else got going on. Because at this point, you're not even throwing from a glass house. Y'all, you living in a wet pepper bag, honey. I'm just saying, allegedly, I hope that's not true with your what your husband got going on, but he's in jail. I don't know. You know, these days stuff be true. People be catching charges for shit that ain't true. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if my husband got that type of stuff going on, true or not, baby, we not about to be on the phone keying and talking trash about my boss. Because as it is, your ass locked up. I need a job. My lips are sealed. I'm not going to be talking to you on a recorded line. What be wrong with y'all? It really makes me wonder. And I'm not trying to be funny, Miss Strawberry. I'm not trying to kick you with you down or whatever. But this is just in general for all these fools that be on these recorded lines talking too damn much. What don't y'all understand? That there's eyes, ears, cameras everywhere. Y'all don't get it. It's like y'all forget. It's like, what is that movie, The 31st Days or some shit, where y'all brain reset every day? They are watching. They are listening. I'm not saying being paranoid. I'm not saying be crazy out here, but I'm saying be aware. What is really going on with y'all? Like, duh, they listening. They tell you it's a recorded line. And people trying to get money. We're in a recession. People can't afford stuff. Groceries is going up. Hell, Aldi just now adjusted their prices because I guess they realized people stopped going to their store because stuff was getting too high. Stuff is, going back and forth or whatever, but people out here struggling. So if you know that, if you have any sense and you're not living on a rock, I don't watch the news every day, baby. I be out here living life. I know a little bit of something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you're paying attention, Why on earth would you be on a recorded line talking about your boss and you talking about you worried about the job, baby? That should have been at the forefront of your mind. Why is you even talking to this man? If he looking at child pornography, me and this man don't have nothing to say. Baby, all I can tell you is don't drop the soap. I will be praying for you. I forgive you, and God will too. I'm out of here. What? What we talking about? This stuff be crazy. And I think y'all be losing y'all damn mind. Okay? Anyhow, let's get to this video. So this woman says she was kidnapped by this man. He drugged her, raped her over several days, and this happened in Houston. Houston is a wild place, huh? I know it ain't messing with Detroit, but it's a wild place. Oh, let's get to some of these comments. Shirley really was wet behind the ears when it came to convicts and their phone calls. He had to tell her a few times. Baby, listen, you can be naive as you want to be. You could have a blindfold on with sunglasses on top. But as long as you got them ears open, it tell you are on a recorded line. You are a public figure and a celebrity. There is no excuse for some of this stupid stuff that be going on. I'm just saying. And again, I apologize, Miss Shirley. I'm not trying to disrespect my elders or nothing like that. That's not where I'm coming from. But at some point, we have to be real and just acknowledge the foolery that we be doing. Okay. And what I'm not going to do is shoot myself in the big toe, metaphorically, over the phone, over no jailhouse phone, and with no jailbird that ain't worth my time. Because this ain't nothing like, sometimes your spouse people have had spouses going to jail and they're married to, and I understand doing that bid and, talking to them with them and stuff. It'd be small stuff or whatever. But this man fraud, gun charges, and the real big thing for me, people fraudulent all the time. But child pornography, no, boo, I can't do that. I can't stick beside you because something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to judge you or nothing like that. I'm just saying me and your views do not align. So therefore, we must part. And that's on that. So yeah. Anywho, let's get to this video. Let's see. Let me stop sharing this. Okay. So I can share this video. Sorry.
I'm Keith Garvin. People who live in the...
Right now at 10, kidnapped, drugged, and raped. That is what one woman says a local man did to her for days.
She alleges she was sexually assaulted after he gave her pills.
And that is where we begin tonight. That man behind bars now. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. People who live in the complex where this all allegedly happened are speaking only to our Devin Clark. He joins us live from downtown Houston with more details on this disturbing case. Devin.
Keith, Daniela, the allegations listed in this charging document were highlighted here in court on Sunday, with even more details being revealed. They were enough to make the charges against the suspect stick.
Mr. Belton, please stand up.
On September 3rd, 36-year-old Donovan Eugene Belton appeared in court where probable cause was found in the cases against him.
Sir, you have 2 felony cases pending before the court. Aggravated kidnapping, which is a first-degree felony, and sexual assault, which is a second-degree felony.
The allegations stem from August 27th, when officials say a woman told them that Belton began abusing her at the Avalon at Gulfgate apartment complex on South Loop East.
And every day she alleges she was sexually assaulted after he gave her pills that made her fall asleep.
Belton is also accused of pimping the woman out during that time.
It's also alleged you had 2 friends come to the house who she saw paid you money to sexually assault her.
During his court appearance Sunday, Belton's court-appointed attorney spoke on his behalf.
My understanding is that she was here visiting from someplace else and was staying temporarily with Mr. Belton.
Tonight, people who live in the Avalon at Gulfgate finding the news shocking and disturbing.
It's messed up because I got nieces, young and up in age, But no, I hadn't heard nothing about that.
Yeah.
Abuse victims advocate suggests that when you're going on a date, that you share your location with someone you trust and even schedule
Every damn time.
check-ins. This way, you're accounted for. As for Belton, we understand that he has a combined bond for both of those charges set at $100,000, which, if posted, he's ordered to stay away from the victim and her family. Reporting live downtown, Devin Clark, KPRC 2 News.
Devin.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all just like this. Ladies, first I want to say this. One thing for sure, and two things for certain. I got about 3-4 different people tracking me everywhere I go. My husband's tracking me. My best friend's tracking me. My son's tracking me, and I think somebody else is tracking me. At this point, women need to put air tags in their ass crack. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I think we're going to have, because they might take your phone, right? But if you got the air tag and your butt crack, you got a little bit more time. I'm just saying, we're going to have to get clever because there's a lot of idiots, but we got to be vigilant and be paying attention. We really do. And you know what? I don't want to get into victim blaming, because sometimes it can seem like you're victim blaming and shaming, and I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying we have to be alert. We have to be listening. We can't just be going to stay with anybody. We got to move smart. You know, we really do, because this type of stuff is insane. It's insane. I mean, you're drugging the young lady, you're pimping her out, you're assaulting her. That's too much. That's too much. And my thing be like, all these fools in the hood that's blowing each other away, why don't y'all handle fools like this? We hear now, we got men, and y'all know I'm pro men and I'm pro women. I'm not one to be on that divisive stuff. I don't agree with all that. I think it's stupid. I really do. I think it's just some messed up people. People just are different, and if you ain't vibing with that, or if this person is Delulu, you're not vibing with that, just keep it moving. It's really that simple. Be around and hang around people that are like you and that share your values. Then you got to worry about harping on the dumb stuff. But outside of that, it's like we hear so much on these platforms, men hold other men accountable. Who's holding this fool accountable? Who reeled this fool in? Somebody's come across him and know he was crazy. Somebody knows this fool is crazier than a bed bug in a nasty ass house in the projects. They know that shit. They know it. So I want to know why he wasn't held accountable. Because that's a sick and weak individual to prey on a woman. Now, we can, we hear these arguments. Men are deprived nowadays because of women and this, and they don't need men, whatever these stupid arguments. It don't justify none of this. It does not justify any of this. The thing is it is interesting, and I hate to say it, man. I do. Y'all, I love my black men. I'm pro black men. It's some good ones of y'all out there, and shout out to y'all that's taking care of y'all business. Y'all have high morale and integrity, good fathers, husbands, all of that. Shout out to all of y'all. But as protectors and providers, we're speaking to the protector part. You're protecting us from the same species as yourself. Because we don't need to be protected from women. Women is not sitting around doing this stuff, especially not on a large scale. Now, they might set some of you men up. I'll give you that. But we're not just out here attacking one another normally. These are very rare circumstances. It'd be other stuff going on. Dewan, yes, I said a air tag in your ass crack. That's what the hell we gonna need to do as women, because these men, some of these men has lost their damn mind. And if you take my phone, then you got to find the air tag in my ass. You see what I'm saying? I buy myself a little more time. I'm just saying, y'all put all type of stuff up in your ass now. Let's not act like y'all don't. Y'all women wear these thongs in your ass, string, whatever y'all be doing. Y'all be putting cucumbers up there. Y'all do all type of strange stuff for some change. You can put an air tag in your ass to save your life. I'm just saying. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just thinking of somewhere where you can hide it. Because, I mean, you could put them in the boobs, but then it might fall out with a little tussling. So we got to be creative. That's all. Yes, I did say that. But, yeah. Damn. Women need to be able to be safe. And you know, now there's some unruly women out there, and they be doing dumb stuff and putting themselves in harm's way. But this ain't the case. Okay, this is not the case. This mess is crazy. But speaking of unruly women, Miss Jasmine's Garden, she had a video that I liked, and I wanted to play it and talk about it. I sure do. I want to see. I'm gonna give my opinion. I'm gonna play, and I want to see what you think as well.
Black woman living in my truth, minding my fucking business. I need clarity as to how a black woman living in her truth, minding her fucking business is tainting the image of me, a black woman living in my truth, minding my fucking business. It's impossible. Because every time we have one of these redundant conversations, y'all use the same 3 talking points. It's bad for the children, the community, and this is not what our ancestors would have wanted. Number 1, every time y'all say it's bad for the children, you're just alluding to the fact that you have piss poor parenting skills. No, go ahead. Tell everybody you're a lazy ass parent. No, I don't think the children should be exposed to this type of music, but what are you doing to make sure you're culturing your children accordingly? What are you doing to expose your children to different types of music? What are you doing to educate your children as a proactive parent that there are certain things that are meant to exist in certain realms? This is meant to exist in the realm of adulthood. Because they're not there yet, you need to tell them the implications of getting involved with things before fucking time. Educating your children on how to have safe sex is being proactive as a parent. It's not encouraging them to go out and have sex. It's not you giving them permission to have sex. It's you teaching them how to be safe, because if they do not have the space to be safe, they're going to sneak. And if they have to sneak, what they find, they may find in the wrong fucking format, and you gonna be mad at them about it when you're responsible for them. Number 2, who the fuck gave y'all the qualifications to use your ancestors as a talking point when y'all don't even consult with them on the regular or at all because you think it is demonic? Respectable people your ancestors were is because they were scared. It's like y'all don't even understand slavery. Their wildest dream was safety. That's all they gave a fuck about, was making sure they lived to see another day and their children lived to see another day. They be on the other side cheering every time we do something that makes a white person uncomfortable. But y'all around here talking about this is not their wildest dream. I just feel like somebody got to tell y'all, and I know y'all not gonna like this, but before the plantation and even on the plantation, had our ancestors had it their way, some of them would have chose to fuck all day. Some of your ancestors were harlots, Jezebels, trollops, if you will. Some of your great granddaddies were scammers. And last but not least, it's bad for the community. The same rappers y'all be talking so bad about go back into their communities and do backpack drives, soup kitchens. The only community that you've curated is an online platform to talk shit about people that you do not like. We see what hip hop did to black men. Respectfully, I'm a black woman. Don't ever try and minimize my intelligence. I don't give a fuck how many times Suki comes on and I sing along. He just ate my ass. He wanna switch. I'm not eating that nigga's ass.
Yep, she right. She is absolutely right with a lot of things. A lot of this stuff really is fake outrage, because at the end of the day, like I've said before in my other video, what are you gonna do about it? You got a problem with Sukihana, you got a problem with Sexy Red, and I get it. I get your grievances. I get it that they don't represent the best of class. But guess what? I'm not Suki, and I'm not Sexy Red, and I'm assuming if you have an issue with it, you're not either. And they probably aren't even. Well, I don't know. However, this stuff has always existed and is always going to exist, because everybody has a role to play in this life. Get with it or get lost. It's just that simple. We are responsible for teaching our kids. We are responsible for guiding them. And for what she's talking about, especially when it comes to that, teaching your kids how to have safe sex, I definitely can identify with that, because I grew up in a very religious household. And because of that, they thought that avoiding this conversation was a safe zone. No, you have to have this conversation. They thought that talking about sex mean that you are permitting your child to have it. No, you're informing your child. I know these conversations are uncomfortable, even as a parent myself, but they must be had. That's just something that we have to do. I really do get tired of us barking about a bunch of shit over platforms that we're not going to do anything about. We really just talk about the stuff for clicks and likes and shares, and for people to think that we have morals, or for people to think that we are good people, or for people to think we do give a damn. If you gave a damn, you would do something about it. You wouldn't be over here talking shit all the day. So I agree with her wholeheartedly. I really do. I don't understand how we live in a world, and we don't understand that different people make the world go round. And that if we lived in a world, if everybody was like your boring ass, it would can't be just that boring. It has to be different level. It has to be nuances. It has to be dark. It has to be light. It has to be good people, as you call it. It has to be bad people, as you call it, because that is what makes the world go round, is balance. And sometimes we get a little bit out of balance. And if we're looking at social media, by God, it does seem like we're busting hell wide open. But that's why you don't live your life through social media, because you will begin to think that is reality. It's time to get our heads out of our asses, start using our fucking brains, living life, raise our children, help one another, and do stuff that matters. Okay, because we're not getting shit done on these platforms. And I like to come on here and talk to y'all. I really do. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be real about it. I'm just going to tell the truth. And that is the truth. Okay. Now, I think it's very irresponsible that Sexy Red does get on and talk about she's the raw dog queen or whatever she says. I think it is. But I'm going to teach my daughter that, first of all, you don't want to engage in casual sex. And if you do decide to have sex, and trust me, we've had conversations with her, but not in depth yet because she is 12. But when she get about 14, we're going to have to talk a little bit more. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because the hot boys and hot girls the ass start getting on fire around that time. I know it sounds young, but it's the truth. We're going to have this conversation because it's a real thing. And me personally, I don't want to be a grandma. I became a young mother. I don't want to be a grandmother young too. I don't want to continue to raise kids my whole life. I want to enjoy my life at some time. So to ensure that happens, I have to talk to my child. I can't rely on her to listen to the streets to get her information. But more so, at the end of the day, like, people gonna be dumb. You can talk to them all the day, and dummies gonna be dumb. We see that by people dropping dimes on recorded phone lines on jail. We see that by men thinking that they can assault women and do anything they want, and they get caught every time. We see that how people some DoorDash guy just took the tip jar off the counter. He thought that he wouldn't get caught. You're on camera. So it goes to show you, no matter how much you looking at social media and seeing people get caught, no matter how many people are sounding boards telling you what and what not to do, a dummy is going to be dumb. It's nothing you can do about it. That's what it is. So you have to be responsible for you and your loved ones. That's your job. All of this worrying about this and worrying about that is ridiculous, and it's non-beneficial, because you have to worry about your house. You want to change the world, change what's going on behind the doors in your house. Y'all be having so much to say, but be living fucked up. And this is how we know you living fucked up, because you pay attention to everything that's fucked up. That's a key tell sign, because people that have peace and got it together, they ain't paying attention to all of that stuff. I just bring this stuff to y'all because I know people want to listen to it and they want to talk about it. So that's what we do. What the hell else are we going to talk about? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk about my twist out fro. You don't want to hear about that shit. That will bore the hell out of you. So we're going to talk about what you want to talk about. But as we're doing so, I'm going to add some context and reality and reality to it. So with that being said, my loves, I had another video here, but shit, we've been running it for 47 minutes. Enough is a goddamn enough. Thank you so much for tapping in. Please like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. I have 2 YouTube channels. Right now, if you're watching me on YouTube, you're watching me at the Porch Talk YouTube. That's at Porch Talk, and it will say RRP Media. My other YouTube channel is Racqi Road TV. That's RACQI Road TV. You want to follow that as well. Now, it's different content. Yes, it is different content. On my Racqi Road TV, it's more of like a spiritual based content, and we talk about love. That's where the Black Love group chat is at over there. So it's going to be more like family, love, and spirituality, which Candace Stories of My Soul is a good podcast. If you give it a try, you will like it. I just had 2 amazing yesterday and today. I did 2 new interviews that was deep, amazing, and fire. I'm probably not going to release them to the top of the year because they're just so good. I want to start off fresh with that. So we're going to do that. But we on fire. I got another podcast that I'm going to be on tomorrow with Chris the Barber. We're just recording this podcast right now. We haven't released it, but I will be going live on TikTok. I tend to just go live on TikTok in the background so you can at least hear and, you know, just get some live time on TikTok, because sometimes I be forgetting. I really do. Because I am a mom. I have 3 children, 2 dogs, and I'm a wife. So I got a lot going on, you know, and I got my own shit going on. But yes, y'all, please continue to support. Please subscribe and like this video. I love y'all. Hey, you, let's keep in touch. Head on over to RacqiRoadTV.com/network. And when you arrive to the page, scroll on down to the prompt to lead you to subscribe to my newsletter. Enter your email, first name, last name, hit subscribe. This first button leads you to Racqi Road TV, and the second one leads you to Porch Talk. Sign up to be a guest on Candace Stories of My Soul or the Black Love group chat with this form. Here's how to get to Racqi Road TV YouTube channel through the browser, and how to get to Porch Talk YouTube channel from the browser. Yes, these are both my YouTube channels. Please subscribe to both of them. Until next time, toodles! Hey friend, you can now join my Patreon for free. The link is provided below.